Sam had always been drawn to old, abandoned places, so when he heard about the derelict mansion on the outskirts of town, he couldn't resist. The locals whispered about strange noises and lights flickering in its windows, but Sam dismissed the stories as urban legends. One stormy evening, he decided to explore the mansion alone. As soon as he entered, the heavy door creaked shut behind him, sending an echo through the empty halls. Dust swirled in the air, and the smell of mold and decay filled his lungs. His flashlight flickered as he ventured deeper, casting eerie shadows on the crumbling walls. In one of the rooms, Sam found an old mirror, covered in grime. He wiped it with his sleeve, and for a moment, thought he saw movement in the reflection. Startled, he turned around, but the room was empty. When he looked back at the mirror, his reflection was gone. His heart pounded as a cold draft swept through the room, and a faint whisper brushed his ear. "Get out." Panic set in, but when he tried to leave, the door wouldn't budge. He yanked harder, but it felt as if invisible hands were holding it shut. Suddenly, his flashlight went out. In the darkness, he could hear the slow, deliberate sound of footsteps coming closer, but he couldn't see anything. Frozen in fear, he stood still, listening as the footsteps stopped right behind him. A voice, low and guttural, whispered, "You shouldn't have come." The lights flickered back on, and the room was empty, but Sam's reflection had returned to the mirror. Only, it wasn't his anymore. The face staring back at him was twisted, with hollow eyes and a sinister grin. Sam backed away, but the reflection didn't move. The last thing Sam heard before the lights went out again was the sound of his own voice, coming from the mirror.